VHS files contain spoilers, adult content, and harsh language. Listener discretion is advised. All right, everybody, we're back here with you today, and we are doing another Top 4 episode.
Top 4.
We decided we didn't want to try and prepare anything crazy this week, so we're like, fuck it, let's just do Top 4. That's real quick and easy. We can take care of that. We are all 80s kids. We grew up in the 80s. We grew up watching the likes of the Terminator, Commando, Steven Seagal movies, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and while those, the martial arts is a big part of some of those, but the thing that really stuck out to me when I was a kid was the cool fucking guns you saw in these movies. And boy, I tell you, as a kid growing up, I was obsessed with like all the badass guns that all the awesome heroes in the movies I was watching were using.
Excellent.
So much so that I would like build them out of Legos and shit and like try to mimic it as close as I could and like build it out of Legos. I was a strange kid.
Just sticks in the yard, pieces of PVC pipe, whatever that could look like the barrel of a gun.
Right.
You instantly had a rocket launcher and Uzi, whatever. Now, are we all gun fanatics? No, but we love the guns in the movies.
I've never felt compelled to own a gun in my life. Doesn't mean I don't think some guns in movies are badass. Eric, I imagine you felt kind of the same way, or no?
Yeah, all the cool guns, all the sci-fi. We love sci-fi and 80s horror and sci-fi action films. There's all kinds of great stuff you'd only see in a movie, just crazy stuff. It's fun.
From the likes of just your normal everyday firearms that you would see, sold in any arms store around here that you would see the military using, all the way up to, like you said, the sci-fi stuff that's just kind of like built off of that. And it's like, how crazy can we fucking get with making these new, futuristic weapons and laser guns and shit like that. So that was always what I kind of took to with it, was just the thought that went into like creating guns and stuff for movies that were unique and different and stuff you couldn't see every day. One of them in particular, and this is actually a real gun, but I always thought it looked really futuristic, and I was always enamored with it whenever it was on screen in a movie, and that's the Desert Eagle. Whenever you saw a guy carrying a fucking Desert Eagle gun in a movie, it's like, that dude's fucking badass,
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
And it's like Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man cemented it for me, because that's a big thing in that movie is they get a Desert Eagle gun, and it kind of goes through the movie as like this kind of gag. So that one was always something that kind of stuck in my head.
Let's squeeze the trigger. Don't yank it. Like your dick.
That's a pretty fun movie. And Eric, I know Eric hasn't seen it. We're going to have to do it for the show at some point so he can experience Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man for once.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a blank spot in film history for me.
Yeah, Don Johnson and Mickey Rourke, man, you can't get any better than that.
One of the things that I loved as a kid was like any sort of montagey sort of sequence where like you got your hero and he's preparing for the big final battle of the movie and whatnot. The most iconic one I can think of that's just like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about is Commando. That scene on the beach where he's getting all that shit loaded up and throwing it on his shoulder and putting the fucking grease paint on.
Tightening straps.
Which has been parodied in countless fucking movies and whatnot. But all right, well, let's get into our list. Let's go ahead and break into this bad boy. I know we were anxious to talk about this, and I think we all have a good list of honorable mentions we want to mention after this too. So we'll get right into the meat of it here. We'll start number 4 and go down. And I have a little game we're gonna play. Because I'm not gonna start. One of you two is gonna start, but we're gonna have a question I'm gonna throw out there, and whoever gets it right, we'll start first.
Okay.
Maybe I want to miss it on purpose.
Well, play your game wisely, sir. So the James Bond iconic weapon, the Walther Ppk, was not the original gun in the first James Bond movie, Dr. No. What gun was he carrying? And then they gave him the Walther Ppk.
Shit, I don't know.
A 22 pistol.
Eric, you want to take a guess?
Me? You want me to take a guess?
Yeah, just take a guess. Wild guess.
An old-timey musket.
It's going turkey shooting like a pilgrim.
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yes, I thought so. This damn Beretta again.
It's a Beretta, guys. Know your guns. Know your James Bond and know your guns. Okay.
That's the other show that Josh does. we're not part of. We
Yeah,
don't do the
he
James
just
Bond.
started watching the Bond
Yeah,
from
the
the
guy
beginning.
who's never seen any James Bond movies trying to throw that shit at us. Me and Eric combined have seen way more than Josh has.
Yet you did not know the answer to the question.
Because we didn't watch the original ones.
Anyway, so who goes first?
Yeah, so who goes first?
Well, then I'll just pick. Eric, you get to go first. What's your number
Okay.
4?
Number 4. Number 4 is Ash's shotgun.
Groovy.
From Army of Darkness. I'm going to say Army of Darkness. He uses it in Evil Dead 2, but really it becomes the boomstick in Army of Darkness.
This is my boomstick.
I don't think it's really official until it's called his boomstick. Yes.
Yeah,
And that's Army of Darkness.
You got to love a shotgun, sawed off. It's the best example of that in film, in my opinion. It's awesome. It's such an iconic part of his character, and
Yo, she-bitch. Let's go.
it's one of the first things that came to mind when we talked about our favorite guns. Oh, yeah, there he is.
Mr. Ashley with his boomstick.
We get a great description of the gun.
Retails for about $109.95. It's got a walnut stock, cobalt blue steel, and a hair trigger. Shop smart. Shop S-smart.
Yeah.
Because the problem is, Eric, that's my number 1, and I'm going to throw it out there.
Oh, no. I am so happy that you both had it on your list, though, because I do not.
Hey, Jason, it's epic. Why don't you tell me why you like it?
Well, this as soon as Josh threw this top 4 guns thing out there, I'm thinking my favorite gun because of the usage of the gun throughout the end. I mean, that's just part of Ash's character when you get to Army of Darkness.
Literally,
You-
like almost literally, it's like part of it.
I mean, you had the chainsaw, and then now you got the boomstick. And I mean, that went on even through Ash versus the Evil Dead. I just love it. I mean, I love Ash's character. It just fits him.
An excellent choice.
So you ruined my number 1.
I'm sorry, but it's the best thing to shoot a deadite with.
Swallow this.
If you got zombies or deadites or whatever, you want a shotgun around. I do.
Double barrel.
I'm not going to ping away with a pistol like the idiot that gets eaten. Buh, 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 buh. Ah, you know, you got to blow that dude's head off. Bam.
Well, I gotta say, we couldn't have started with a more iconic, character and weapon. So good. I'm glad you guys.
That one could be number 1 on everyone's list as far as I'm concerned.
Good, bad. I'm the one with the gun.
Well,
Gotta love some Ash.
I went a little off the cuff for my number 4, but
Okay.
ever since I saw this movie, I can't get the image of this out of my head. I'm going with the bone gun from Existenz.
You son of a bitch. That is my number 1.
Your number 4 is his number 1. Your 4 is my number 1. Fuck it. Let's just whatever.
It's known as the Gristle Gun.
Ah, okay. I didn't have any time to do research. That was one of the first ones that came to my head, and I was like, that fucking bone gun from
It is gnarly.
Existenz. It is one of the most unique things I have ever seen on film.
And that entire scene is incredible. Him eating the meat, finding the pieces, just he doesn't even know what he's doing. And as you don't even know what he's doing, and as it's going on, you start to realize what he's making.
Yeah.
And it shoots teeth. It shoots his own bridge.
With the clip and everything, dude. It is fucking crazy, this thing. And like, it's something that can only come from the mind of fucking Cronenberg, man. Like, but yeah, I mean, I don't remember a ton about the movie except that. I remember it's about a crazy, bizarre video game and all of this stuff, but that is the most iconic part of that movie is when he's building that fucking gun at that table. So that's my number
Couldn't agree
4.
more. My number 1.
Okay.
All
You want to
right.
go with mine? We want to do my number 4?
Yeah, sure. We'll go to
This
your
guy
number
hasn't
4.
done his number 4 yet.
I didn't even tell my number 4 yet because you did my number 1.
2 of us have done our number 1s already.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Number
Well, I
4.
guess we will add. I will find another number 1. We'll do that. My number 4 is kind of funny. You talk about a gun made of human parts. I went with the flesh gun from Videodrome.
Long live the new flesh.
Ooh, 2 Cronenbergs already.
It's in my honorable mention list.
Mine as well. Yeah.
But,
I bumped it because I had Existenz,
Mm-hmm.
as Josh did too, I'm sure.
But yeah, I had to put that on my list. I mean, that's just, I mean, if anybody's ever seen the movie, I mean, that's just the craziness of the whole thing. And it's a Walther Ppk, like you said, that James Bond
sure is.
And
That's
when
awesome,
you mentioned it, I was like, are we going to get a video drone question here for a second? So, I mean, that part where he puts the gun inside of his chest vagina and then pulls it out. But that part, even when it becomes part of him and it starts growing those big metal pieces into his hand and then later becomes the flesh, you know, that dude, and it shoots, what is it, like cancer bullets? That's some crazy Cronenberg shit right there.
Yeah, I mean, can we just take a second to admire the fact that we've got 2 really unique, really bizarre, all like both from Cronenberg here.
I'll even throw like a little crazy fact in there. Videodrome is probably one of my top 4 movies of all time. So
yeah, you're a big Videodrome.
Videodrome's good.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
I'm surprised you pick Existenz over that, frankly.
And honestly, I mean, it was tough, and that's, I mean, I went with it on my honorable mention because I do think the Gristle Gun is way more unique and just out there.
It's crazy that that there's actually a gun that's kind of grosser than the flesh gun.
Yeah.
Like that you can actually have a gun that's grosser than that is pretty impressive.
Well, that's cool. We got some Cronenbergs, and everybody's guessing everybody's number 1. We didn't guess Josh's number 1
yet. I get the feeling it's probably going to be on somebody else's list.
I have a theory. It's not on my list, and maybe it's because I thought it might be on your list. So,
well, that was the thing when we were making our list. I'm like, Josh is going to pick this. Eric may pick it. I was like, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Because I like the gun from the movie. So,
and when you really get into it, like, there might not be a ton of unique guns in movies. Like, I think a lot of what we're going to be talking about is very common within the movie community about being an iconic weapon. Like, it's hard to kind of like scrape the barrel for those sort of things because you've got either your standard firearms or something unique that someone has designed that's iconic, you know? Eric, what's your it's your number 3. What's your number 3?
3? Okay, my number 3 is the Toon Gun from Roger Rabbit.
Awesome choice.
Yes, and I thought about it too, and I didn't even make my honorable mentions, but I definitely gave that one a thought because it is adorable.
Yes, it is a gift from Yosemite Sam. It says in the case. Must have helped him out of a jam at some point. The bullets are sentient, and they are old cowboys
and Indians.
And
one Indian,
and one Indian that might be a little problematic at this point, but I love the concept of like a real life person using a Toon Gun, and the bullets are sentient. The gun's not, but the bullets are. Why? Because it's tunes. I don't know.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit was one of those movies as a kid that I was just itching to see, and I was so blown away by the fact you had cartoons interacting with people. It was awesome. We need to talk about that on the show sometime soon. I'll go with my number 3 here. I'm going with
Voila, the ZF1.
ZF1 from The Fifth Element.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I will be completely honest. I don't know what all this gun does, but holy shit, does it look cool as fuck, dude.
Like, just don't push the red button.
Yeah.
That's right.
Don't push it.
A word on firepower. Titanium recharger, 3,000 round clip with burst of 3 to 300. With the replay button, another Zorg invention, it's even easier. One shot.
But yeah, that's that movie in itself is unique, and the fact that they've got, you know, all these unique characters within it, a crazy story, and with these weapons designed. And it's funny because, you know, you've got Adam from Mythbusters has been building a prop replica of one of these for a really long time.
I was obsessed with the ZF-1 from the moment the movie came out in '98, if I'm not incorrect.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's very specific about it. He's seen the one they used on the film, and he like is very meticulous about what he puts on it and how it's got to be completely screen accurate. But it's a crazy gun, man, with rocket launchers and guns and all kinds of. You name it, it's probably on it. You could probably shave with it, like the thing from Gremlins, you know. And of course, you have the great Gary Oldman wielding it in the movie. So it's just he looks crazy holding that gun.
Absolutely,
and
classic gun.
My favorite.
So that's mine. The Zorg ZF1.
Number 3 is what we're on.
Number 3.
I'm gonna go. It's this is actually a real gun. My number 3 is the minigun from Predator.
Payback time.
Yeah, that was on my list, honorable mention list.
That is the M134 minigun that Jesse carries it. Max the one who ends up mowing down half the jungle with it after Blaine is killed by the Predator. You mimic that out in the yard. Every time you had a leaf blower, you're like, yeah, I'm mowing the jungle down with the leaf blower. But I read some specs on that thing. You know, you talk like these 2 guys carrying this thing around. You got to be a huge guy. But the gun itself weighs 41 pounds.
Yeah.
Plus all that ammo.
Aha. With the ammo, an additional 85 pounds.
Wow. Shit.
To lug that around, and it will shoot 2,000 to 6,000 rounds per minute.
Now, do you guys remember, you know, well, I'm sure you've seen the Nerf mini.
Oh yeah. I love the
yeah,
Nerf
yeah.
minigun.
Yeah, and I like there's no way Nerf makes a minigun without Predator. I don't that is the most iconic minigun scene.
Well, you have also got Terminator.
You're gonna talk
2.
about T2?
Yeah.
And
I
there,
agree. I agree. It's more iconic in Predator. I absolutely agree with that. But I mean,
when Mac is freaking shooting that thing, and even when it's out of bullets, it's still spinning, and
it's hot. Yeah.
That shit's badass.
That's one of the best scenes in that movie, man. That's a great scene, and just the shock
fact that
and
it's
awe
a real gun makes it even more badass because you know it's real, and you're just like, holy shit, that thing's terrifying, you know.
And that's another one of those things where, like, living with my dad, and he's you know, doesn't give a shit about movies, and he's like, you're watching these movies, like, he wouldn't be picking that gun up. It's like whenever we would watch Rambo and he would grab the fucking other big ass machine gun, I don't know what it's called, but he's like, you wouldn't be carrying that thing around like that. That thing's so heavy, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, well, he looks cool as fuck doing it, Dad.
Yeah, it's movie world.
That's all that matters. You got to just look cool. Guy, big muscles, sweaty, carrying a huge fucking gun. That's all you need in the 80s, and it was a
hell yeah, it was great.
What does that say about us? We needed big hunking guys with muscles and guns.
I don't know.
Well, and then they totally threw that out the window when they got Bruce Willis in Die Hard.
Hi there. How you doing?
Yep.
He's just the cop behind, you know, flatfoot cop guy, you know, got a little bit of a gut, you know, but he turned into an action star. So, but yeah, I mean, we idolize that. We're like, man, we got to look big like that. I mean, who didn't watch Rocky 4 and he do the workout montage and you wanted to run outside like, okay, I'm going to get big like Rocky.
Get a log.
I want to start carrying logs around the yard, running up the hills,
chasing chickens.
And it's great that you brought up Die Hard and Bruce Willis, because originally they wanted Schwarzenegger to play
which is
John
insane.
McClane.
Oh, how crappy that would have been.
That's a different movie. It actually just becomes that one with The Rock. What was the one with The Rock and the Skyscraper? Is that the name
Skyscraper?
of it? Skyscraper? Yeah. It just becomes Skyscraper at that point. All right, Eric, we're down to number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
My number 2, I had to throw away one of mine because it's from a movie Josh hasn't seen and it'll spoil it. So I'm gonna pick this one. It's a deep cut. It's the composite pistol from In the Line of Fire.
I've seen that movie
I've
once.
seen that movie, but I'm trying to remember the gun.
Is John Malkovich. He's got it's like a plastic gun that can go through security, and he
right. I know what you're talking about. I remember. Yeah,
and it's like
a spy gun.
Yeah, it has like 2 rounds in it, and that always kind of creeped me out when I saw that as a kid, because I was like, oh, it can get past security, like a plastic gun. Like, I'm not safe. I don't know. It freaked me out.
Yeah, I mean, as it should. I remember in Die Hard 2. Or it's one of the Die Hard movies where he's breaking down what's going on with the terrorists and whatnot. And he's like, they got these guns that don't come up on metal detectors and blah, blah, blah. And like, there was this sort of stigma around the fact that they were developing guns now that wouldn't show up on metal detectors and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty scary. Well, cool pick. And definitely something I wasn't expecting. So
that's definitely out of right field, left field, and the bleachers.
I went
Not
deep.
even on the field.
It's in the parking lot. I went
The
and got it.
parking lot next to the entrance.
I was gone. You forgot where I went. Then I
Yeah,
finally
there.
came back. You forgot I was gone. I came
That's
back,
it.
and now I've got
But
it.
good. I
It's
like
a
it.
composite gun.
All right. Well, my number 2, and I'm looking at Jason here because I don't know if it's. I think it might be.
You
but we'll
motherfucker's
find
gonna
out.
make me have to repick my whole damn list. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
So what's your number 2 then?
No, you tell me your number. My number 2 is definitely nothing you're gonna pick because I know you haven't seen it. So,
All right. Well, number 2 is RoboCop's gun.
Drop it.
motherfucker, I was gonna move that to my number 1. Fuck you.
No, man. Ever since I saw RoboCop, just the idea of RoboCop in general blew me away. But when you see him with that introduction to him and that pistol,
The Auto 9, it's called.
The Beretta M93R. Auto
Well, it was
9.
heavily modified. Beretta
Yes, with a
M9.
bigger suppressor and flash muzzle, all kinds of crazy
longer
shit.
barrel, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even in the movie, you hear the guy run by. He's like,
Fucking gun.
you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, and he's just blowing those fucking target cards away, man. And it's just like it's like an automatic fucking it's, and the fact that you get the bonus of the twirl and it fucking locks into his thigh.
Yeah.
And like it is one of the coolest things I had ever seen when I was a kid. Like, and this is coming from like being a huge Terminator fan. It's like even the fucking Terminator didn't have something as cool as like he could fucking. His leg was his gun holster, you know, like
Right.
that was the coolest fucking thing in the world, man.
But yeah, that gun is pretty cool. I mean, I think it's supposed to have a 50-round magazine, does 3-shot bursts, and can do up to 7-shot automatic. And that's why he's just totally taking out those arms on the targets because he's just sawing them in half with 3 shots at a time.
Yeah.
Worth noting, there's another great gun in RoboCop, and that's that gun at the end. I forget what it's called, if it has a name, but
Cobra assault cannon, state of the art. Bang bang.
It's basically a rocket launcher because it just blows up anything they shoot with it.
right.
It's actually built like a 50 cal sniper rifle. It's
Yeah.
got the really big cartridge.
That's what it
on
looks like, but it
Yeah.
shoots like exploding rockets.
Yeah,
out of
I
it.
think it shoots exploding rounds. Yeah.
They explode, all right. That's all I'm trying to say.
All right. Well, they've already talked about my number 1. So my number 2 I had on my list, and it's something that I know neither one of y'all I think have even watched. It's from the world of Hollywood, but it's not a movie. It's from a TV show.
Okay, well, this was supposed to be movies, but carry
No,
on.
it's just top 4 guns, and they're all made in Hollywood. I'm going with the Colt from Supernatural that neither one of you know about. As you can see the excitement on their faces. But,
Hey, yeah, good answer. Good answer.
good answer. It's kind of like,
Like Family Feud. Yeah, okay, sure.
It's like the composite gun.
Composite gun. Josh knew what the composite gun was, and it was in a movie. Tell us about this gun and why it's so great.
Well, the gun in the TV show, it kills demons, it kills monsters. It was supposedly actually made by Samuel Colt.
Back in 1835, and Haley's Comet was overhead. The same night those men died at the Alamo. They say Samuel Colt made a gun. The story goes, he made 13 bullets. They say this gun can kill anything.
Kill anything like supernatural anything?
Like the demon.
So they had to use it sparingly because they only had
Yes,
initially.
you had to, if you wanted to kill anything, you wanted it to be like a high-level demon that was hard to take care of.
That sounds fun.
But yeah, it shows up throughout the whole series of all, 15 seasons. My girlfriend loves this show. When I mentioned it, she said the Colt immediately, and I'm like, fuck yes, the fucking Colt.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
But I mean, it's cool. It even has
This
a thing that
time.
says, I will fear no evil with pentagrams on the grips.
Definitely your kind of gun.
Exactly. So that's my number 2. Sorry for these two that never watched Supernatural. So you can't be cool. It's all right.
I'd probably like it if I watched it.
It's just my number 1 left. Nobody had my
That's-
number 1.
Can I guess your number 1? No, that's not fun.
No. Yeah, that is fun. Okay, Jason.
Is it? Because what if I like kind of?
Well, let
ruin
Jason
it?
go first. Jason, what do you think my number 1 is?
Oh God.
It's my best friend, ladies and gentlemen. He knows me better than anybody on earth.
Yeah,
Hey,
but you don't really do guns, and I'm trying to. And you've named the ones that I figured would be on your list.
If this
So-
isn't on your list, I want it to be my number 1.
That's fair enough.
All right. Should I guess?
Guess.
I'm gonna say Ghostbusters Proton Pack.
No, that's not a gun.
That's a gun.
It's not a gun.
It's
not
a gun, guys.
firearm.
You hold it and it fires and it shoots a thing. That's a gun.
But the projectile never leaves the point. It's a lasso. It's not a gun.
It's a lasso gun.
That's what a laser gun does. A laser gun doesn't shoot a projectile.
Yeah, it does. It leaves it.
You're
It
telling me a
leaves.
laser. We have
It
to
leaves.
talk. We have to take turns speaking.
No, yeah.
The laser gun does not fire a projectile. It's one continuous stream of a laser. Just like
Not a Han Solo. He shot Greedo first. It was one shot.
That's not a laser gun. What are those called? Blasters.
Shooting lasers that are red, blue, and green.
I thought this was going to be a conversation because I did think about the Proton Pack and I was like, is it a gun or isn't it? And ultimately in my head, I was like, it's not a gun to me. But I guess if I was going to say Han's blaster from fucking Star Wars, if I was going to allow that to be on a list, I think I would probably have to let the Proton Pack be on the list too.
So what's your number one?
Yeah. So what? Obviously, we can't guess it. We don't know you.
My number one is the pulse rifle flamethrower combo from Aliens.
Ooh.
I thought that would have been Eric's. I honestly said I'm leaving this off because that's going to be Eric's number one.
You could say just the pulse rifle. It's a fucking awesome futuristic gun.
This is an M41A pulse rifle, 10 millimeter, with an over and under 30 millimeter pump action grenade launcher. Feel the weight.
Oh yeah.
And I've loved that thing since I've seen Aliens as a kid. But at the end when Ripley goes all fucking commando and starts fucking loading up on ammo and she
Taping it up,
tapes together the butt of the fucking flamethrower and the pulse rifle and she's like, I'm ready to take this bitch on. Like the combination of the two, because it's like she needed both. She needed the fire to help with certain things and the gun to protect herself. So like it's practical. It's like a combo of two. So I guess I kind of cheated a little bit. I have two favorite
It's like,
number ones.
It's
but
high tech and low tech, which makes it very cool.
Futuristic and a flamethrower. Hey man, what else you need?
And just that she, puts it together just off the top of her head, just based on what she's got. Like
again, another one of those like montage scenes, like the scene of her doing all of that is what cemented it there. And then what she does with those two weapons is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, that would probably be my favorite I've ever seen.
Well, that's a great one. And on my honorable mentions also was the smart guns, the ones that they
let's rock.
Oh yeah.
Those are
those things. The shit
cool
were badass.
Too.
Yeah. You could say any of the fucking futuristic firearms in that movie are all just awesome. And and they combined it with old school stuff because when they take the ammo from them in the boiler room or whatever it is, they got to pull out old shotguns and handguns and shit. Right. So they use a combination of a lot of things in that movie. But I'm so excited to talk about Aliens. Like we've talked Alien, and now I'm just like chomping at the bit to fucking talk about Aliens because I love that movie so goddamn much.
Game over, man. It's game over.
We're talk about Predator.
Hey, I could talk Predator too, man. Love that one.
Stick around.
And Predator 2.
Hey, I actually like Predator 2, and a lot of people don't. I thought Predator 2 was pretty good. So
yeah,
I remember liking it. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Once you watch Predator 2 again, go check out our buddies Not a Bomb. They just did an episode on Predator 2, and it's a really, really good episode. And they sort of breathed some new life into it for me and made me really want to go watch it again. So yeah, go check that out from our buddies at Not a Bomb. But we want to get into some honorable mentions. I mean, we've talked about a couple of them already since some people got robbed of their number ones, but
I got two. Let me go ahead and throw them out there before we get to Eric's 327.
You son of a bitch.
I got the 44 Magnum from Dirty Harry.
Yep. As do I. Good one.
The 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off.
The Codpiece gun from Dust Till Dawn.
That was on my list.
I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't even think of that one.
Dude, I think it's shown up in something else besides that.
I think it's
Any
in.
movie
No, it's in Desperado.
Yes, Desperado. Yep.
Oh, well, I guess it is the movie I've seen. Speaking of Desperado, the guitar case guns in Desperado,
the rocket launcher,
the rocket launcher, and the I guess chain gun under there or whatever.
Yeah,
that is minigun under there. Pretty cool. Golden gun from Bond.
Yeah,
the Golden Gun.
Yeah,
there you go.
I haven't seen that movie either, Eric.
Well, I won't tell you anything about it. Dreads.
I said, hot shot.
Oh, which dread? The Sly dread,
No.
or the dread?
Just
Yeah.
Dread. Okay, I've got one more. Megatron.
That is a gun.
He is a gun.
Dude, I love the way you think. You're fucking awesome. I
Thank
love
you.
that. That's a good one. Megatron, or even Galvatron later, but Megatron, yes.
Oh, actually, I also have the noisy cricket from Men in Black. I should have just quit with Megatron.
Well, I threw the question out to Twitter. I let everybody on Twitter know that we were recording a top 4 guns episode, and I said, "Hey, let us know what your favorite guns are." And we got one here from our good buddy Nathan on Twitter. He said, "The Good Samaritan from Hellboy."
Oh,
Can't believe Jason didn't bring that one up.
Actually, I was going to say the gun from Constantine. I think it's the Holy Gun. The one is the cross with the dragon's breath.
It's like a
and stuff on-
shotgun, right?
Yeah.
It's like the holy shotgun or something.
Yeah. Something like that.
I do have a couple of honorable mentions. One of them is a very common gun you saw in a lot of movies in the 80s and 90s. It's the MP5.
Yeah.
I remember seeing those particular kind of guns in tons of movies when I was a kid. And I think it was pretty prominent in like Steven Seagal movies. And dude, let me tell you, like, I have some fond memories of watching those old first handful of like 4 or 5 Steven Seagal movies.
Hard to Kill, Mark
and
for
Above the
Death.
Law. Yeah, like I remember watching those a lot and thinking he was a badass. And it's kind of crazy where his career ended up, like.
Yeah, he's nuts.
But some of those movies I have fond memories of watching them, and I would kind of like to watch them for this show sometime. Like Marked for Death is the one that I watched a lot with the Jamaicans and whatnot.
Yeah. Also, the little gun montage where they're making, and he makes the silencer, and he shoots the piece of meat.
You guys didn't hear a thing, did you?
That's another one of those scenes that I'm talking about, man. Like that shit sticks with you. And pretty newer movie that came out recently that blew me away. Upgrade. The fucking dudes that have them implanted in their arms, and they cock the arm and shoot at people with their fucking hands.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty awesome. Upgrade is not fucking talked about enough, dude. That movie is awesome.
It's Venom, but without a symbiote.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it is. Basically. It's Venom.
I just thought of another one, guys. Sorry, the boob guns from Austin Powers.
Is it cold in here?
Oh yeah, which one? You talking about part 1 or 2 when Britney Spears has them?
What are the fembots?
The fembots.
Yeah,
the fembots.
This is basically what happens.
Oh, there's one that another one we didn't mention that I thought the leg gun from Planet Terror.
Planet Terror.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
However, every time I think about that now, I'm like, she's walking on the barrel of that gun. It's going to jam up the bottom of the fucking barrel, and she's not going to be able to shoot any fucking bullets out of this gun.
You're thinking too much.
I know.
Like wads of dirt get shoved up in there,
and then it it displays the gun when it fires. It's like.
I also really loved in Terminator 2 the fucking little hand pistol shotgun that he uses through the first half of the movie. Right, and he's like flipping it and cocking it when he's driving the fucking motorcycle.
Yeah, that is.
I always loved that gun.
I think it's just a sawed-off shotgun. I think it's
lever action.
like
yeah.
But it was
even the pump action that Linda Hamilton uses at the end of T2, cocking it with one hand and shooting.
Yeah.
Dude,
that is badass.
I think that's a Riot 12 gauge, like a Riot shotgun.
That was the other thing that was like just this overabundance in the 80s was, not only do these guys have machine guns like Predator, they have a machine gun with a shotgun like welded to the bottom of the muzzle. So he's got a shotgun and a machine gun, and fucking, Dutch had the rocket launcher on his M16. It was like, no, like these dudes have amazing fucking weapons.
Yeah. You're digging deep into the actual real life weapons and getting all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they're all trying to top each other, so it just gets more and more insane.
Well, even the rocket launcher from Commando with the 4.
Isn't that like a grenade launcher? Not really a rocket.
Oh, it's a rocket launcher. He calls it.
Oh,
the
4 rocket launcher.
What's that?
Rocket launcher.
The gun in Predator, I think, is the grenade launcher one.
With the wheel on it?
Oh, yeah,
no.
that is. I think you can do grenades or
the tear gas, like
tear gas.
in Terminator 2, it's the tear gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he picks it up and shoots the guy in the chest with a tear gas canister.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Because remember, he can't kill.
You fucking idiot.
Oh, I'm getting my Arnold mixed up.
Well, I think. Do you guys have anything else?
Dude,
No,
I think we've covered. Anybody watching the show got some guns that we missed? Put it below.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let us know.
I know we missed some.
Yeah, let us know what we missed. Let us know if you agree with us, what some of your favorites are, all that good stuff. And I got a few digital codes here of some action movies.
Nice. Got
Free Fire, Rambo: Last Blood. I have Upgrade, which we were just talking about. Free Fire and The Equalizer. So some movies with some guns in them. We're gonna give some of these away to our people who comment on this video with what their favorite guns are.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Just leave it in the comments. Let us know what your favorite guns from movies are, and we will pick some people to give away those digital.
Make them good, people. Make them good.
That seems like a really easy way to get a movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Just watch a video,
all you have
leave a
to do is
comment.
Leave a comment, and you get a free movie. Holy moly!
It's easy as that, people. And we'd like to say, if you like our show, please let us know in the comments below on YouTube. If you're listening to us on a podcast platform like Apple Podcast or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review. It will definitely help us out.
Yeah, do a good deed. You know, just a
click of a button. A click of a button.
Just a touch of a finger.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for our conversation today. Again, if you like this, please let us know on the social media in the comments below. Until next time, be kind. Rewind. Let's load this thing up, cock these guns, and get the fuck out of here.
I like it.
Pew 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 pew.
That was fun.
Pew 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 pew.
I like it.